So, how about some poetry?
How about it?
So I could say a lot about this first series, but I'll just say it's about my ex-girlfriend. Leave it at that. The piece speaks for itself. Undressing the evening. She sits by the window, she wants to be, she is. Night seeps in her morning. She says the moon looks like the moon and stars perforate the sky. She's trying to believe, undressing the evening. I could dance like a dog, I could sing her awake again. This could be tomorrow, could be yesterday, years ago. Her eyes closed like a prayer. We could race like children under the winter sky, wearing nothing but a song, undressing the evening. The night. Say the night is a tree we climb, and the branches will hold us. Why won't the branches hold us? Undressing the evening. Stretched across your window like a city you've never seen, lit for a Friday night apocalypse. Put your fingers on my glass. Slide me open. Yell out, we are, they are, God is, and night falls, dark, dirty, dying, undressing the evening. We can fold evening into nightingale. We can breathe into it, can renounce what's left, and let them say, I've darkened you, undressing the evening. If I could dance like a dog, if I could be your eyes' prayer, a Somali girl walking home again, if my skin were water, what color, what texture would it be? A summer rain puddle or murky like a lake? Would you wade through? Would you draw buckets of me, undressing the evening? Say the night is a child building fortresses in our branches. Say we will hold her. Thank you. So occasionally I do these things called jazzphorisms, and I really think that this is the venue for it. So, jazzphorism, a human touch. And nimble fingers to knit these knots, and not for naught, for every noose needs a nape, or is it? Every nape needs a noose. Either way, a neck is a nuisance. Jazzphorism, the current scene. In God we tryst. He's the company we keep trying to save. We're laying the devil down in the details, the fine stitching. Cotton is still king, still ivory. Picture it pristine, but a funky indigo under a lumen light. They say something's got to suffer for a smile to fit imperially on a lip. Jazzphorism. Turn your lights down low. We gotta be economic with our affection. Love could break out, might kink up, conk out, terrorize your tortoiseshell. Be afraid of the voodoo you don't do in a monk's mood minute. What's rare is precious, precious. So let's keep it few and far between these sheets. So the next few poems are slightly out of order here that I will read to you are from a new series that I'm working on, which is the title of the book that I'm also working on, Music for Mussolini. And I'm going to do something crazy that I almost never do and read something completely fresh to go along with this series. So here goes. Music for Mussolini. There's always an occupation and a rifle at someone's back, always a feeling and a clock on the wall, clumped salt in the shaker and ships on the horizon. Be it stars or starvation, compasses are pointing, embarrassed. By all these bodies undone in the daylight, somewhere between Old Testament and tomorrow, you sit on a hill like Li Po, your heart swelling like the feet of Sisyphus. Music for Mussolini, and there's no telling. But I'm certain I'd like to be dust, swept from the mausoleum floor. And often there are days like this, when I wake in the same body, and what I want the least shimmers an earring in the lobe of a lover, and I think you are the broom pushing everything out of reach. He says the evening was iced tea in his mason jar, and you're so young, you know what he means, how to talk to him. He's stretched across the bed, a barge at sea, wants to be in his chair. Remember when his legs worked? You don't. He wants to watch you run, skip around like his memory, feel your steps, your mother's, not even born yet. How to explain your existence? He could hop the hill faster than a mail truck. Why can't you, he asks, moving his face towards the sun, moving his face towards you. Ignore his hands shaking below the sheet, eyes reflecting the ward walls. If only he could remember, he might know you're not just one luminous tile in that sun-drenched room of hundreds. Music from Mussolini. Sing me the song you sung one night on the bridge, over the river, over what you thought was the river. It's all moving. Everything's aluminum out here. The world's wrapped in its own plastic, the self unmistakably veiled in its selflessness. Wanted nothing to be all imagined, all encompassing, to live among others who are living. Spill out the work needed. Spell out the words you want to hear, wanted only that which could be tucked inside a smile, easily given, understood. Write this. We have burned all their villages just to rebuild them. Write this. The poem will not save the poem. Write this. We are smiling in our discontentment. Music from Mussolini. Interlude. Freshly printed pages. How the rock offers pieces of itself to the shore. I am studying what stays, tracing with this finger the shadows where frames once hung. What is still with us? Which words are we using these days? And where can I find them? The last drop of wine rolls off the glass. You've said something. I have it written here. The night lies like hot iron under a hammer, and I took it to mean all the fires were figurative, and asked, how then shall we ever be extinguished? Music from Mussolini. I go to bed drunk as any moon body nestled in its heart's sorrow, and not hear her. She used to sing to me, say, it's freezing outside, aren't you glad you're a snowflake? She comes only in dreams now, asks if a soul can grow too big for a body, if he hurts the way we hurt. God, I hope so. But I don't know what to say, so I sing to her, say, it's freezing outside, and aren't you glad you're a snowflake? She's telling me she wants to be more than what, I ask. A song.